What up, everybody? Hey, welcome. It is hot mic time. All right, we got to do something about this thing. It's like one of the little teeth maybe is a little bent. I don't know. This thing's pretty much brand new. And we actually did order this. I don't know exactly how we're going to fit it up in here. An arm, a little mic arm. So when every time that you guys are talking, especially when Damien's here, you guys do this, I'll do this. Cluttered like we do, then usually there's usually no room to smack.
Yeah.
So
well, maybe we have to set it up there. Like
we can have. That's what I was thinking. It'd be kind of cool, a little dongle coming around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming out of the portal right there. Anyway, welcome to another awesome Tuesday, 4 p.m. to the universe's #1 rated live paintball show. Yeah, it's actually official. We've got the stats, and I looked at them right here, and it's official. We're the #1.
Look at that.
Here in the world, the entire universe, actually. So that's pretty crazy, you know. And yeah, so we've got, as you guys most likely know, a lot of really cool information and news and juice. The hits keep coming. As they say. And I think that a lot of people were pretty excited on some new news, that we got going on. So definitely going to talk a little bit about this off season and how it's still actually being shaken up.
Yeah.
Baltimore Revo just made a pickup, big one, and I think there's another one in the pipes for them. Infamous is going to be making some pickups. I don't know if you guys. I think you guys are sorted now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it really? For sure?
I think so.
So you never know. You never know. So
I had to get back to work on Tiger after all that week. I was like, that took a lot out of me.
And you guys have Tiger Wear stuff coming out.
Yeah.
We have. You've been working hard on that stuff.
I just posted something on Instagram of our new Exodus series or Exodus series. That's I
like Exodus too.
Exodus, coming out. I was trying to get it out today, actually, a couple of them, but it's looking like it's probably going to be Friday.
Okay.
And then continue on. We have 9 exclusive headbands coming out. I think we're going to drop them in 2 parts. One was going to be today, but I think we're going to do it Friday, and then we'll probably do it next week on the show, next Tuesday, for the remaining headbands.
The remaining headbands?
Yeah.
And then also, just so you guys are aware, and you guys know, we've got a bunch of really good giveaways lined up, and we're working with a couple more people out there in paintball land to get some cool stuff going, and we definitely want to... Actually, will you grab me that gun right there? I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do with this gun as far as it just being a loner, but this is Oliver Lang's World Cup winning force, the whole setup. I am not sure. It's got Kyle's bolt in there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what Oliver's plans are. I could hold on to it for a little while. I'm going to be pushing to do a charity raffle to give this away and possibly raise some funds. And because you know how we do over here, it's the beginning of the first quarter of 2023. Last year, we were able to raise a ton of funds for charity and help some kids out for Christmas. In the holidays, we also gave a bunch of money away to cancer charities, to the Pacific Surfrider Foundation. So lots of cool stuff that we're doing out here. And this thing's just been kind of sitting here. And I know that Scott has one of my guns. Damien has my other gun. And so this thing's just kind of like an extra, hanging out.
Yeah.
Ben Sloffer used this thing, said it shot awesome.
Yep.
And, not sure if we're going to give this to one of the new guys on the team. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. So, Alex and Yoshi, if you're watching this, and Oliver, if you're watching this, let me know what you want me to do with your gun. Because I've already let someone borrow your other pair of goggles, and then the third pair of goggles, which I think you found in a closet from 1998. The foam is now completely just
the gear bag's starting to
disheveled.
slowly get rummaged.
Yeah. Your gear bag is not looking so hot after World Cup. That's what happens when you leave it in my garage for so long, though. I'll tell you what. So,
I think I let someone use your cleats, the turf cleats, the other day too.
No, that was me. I stole the turf cleats.
But
there's another
the white and blue
white
New
and
Balance
blues.
one.
Those are Oliver's?
Those are Oliver's. I think Corey Hall's shoes fell apart in the middle of the day. I was like, I actually have Oliver's shoes. I think in my.
They're still over there. I thought.
Yeah, no, they are. But those.
Yeah.
Oliver didn't even use them. I think.
Oh, great. Yeah. He has the thing about New Balance.
Yeah.
Him and Harris. Harris.
Yeah, Harris. Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, really quick, some Dynasty news. Well, as you guys know, he knows especially, we lost a couple guys in the offseason.
I like what you did there.
And we made a couple pickups. We lost two, pick up two, right? That's the way it works. And we, so obviously Chris Schehr, and whom we picked up the weekend before the first practice we were having.
You picked up the weekend?
We picked up the weekend also. He'll be performing live after the Super Bowl this weekend. Weekend. So we've got Chris Schehr on the team, fit in really well right away, and we're actually going to have him on the show today, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah. We got some history. We got a great
you got
story
history.
for
I didn't
you
even
guys.
know that until we picked him up. That was a pretty cool story. So we're going to share all that today with all of you. Additionally, Dynasty picked up a new sponsor. So Dynasty and A&S Gear have parted ways. So Dynasty picked up a new sleeve sponsor for the 2023 season and a new online sponsor. Junior Brown from BFP Gear is going to not only be sponsoring us, but this is a really cool value add, which you're going to be missing out on big time, pal. Okay. He's also going to be running a lot of the social media for the team, gathering content in the pit. Usually it's me doing all the social media, but I can barely even figure my own things out. I hate Facebook.
Yeah.
So this is going to take a lot of stuff off my plate, which will give me inevitably more time just to scroll around and look at Instagram.
There you go.
Right?
Or work on the show.
Or work on the show, which we've been doing a good job of, actually. So we might have kicked that thing right there. But let me move these little guys around. We also, Junior's going to be helping us out and be doing some assistant coaching as well. So scouting, he's going to come to all the events. He's going to be creating content because I can't be in the huddle screaming and shouting like, let's go Dynasty, and then have my phone in my hand.
You could.
I'd look like a total jackass.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah.
And I don't do that enough. So that's something we're really looking forward to, and we're really excited to do. And as part of that, one other cool thing is, I guess the Dynasty paint, which we used 2 weekends ago, is like everybody loves it. Okay, we were at Miami. They had it out there. We've got cases in the background. I don't even know if those are full. They might be a full year old. You shot it. You guys, I think AC Diesel's gonna be shooting it this year as well. But we've got a couple of cases of paint that we're gonna give away. Like, I've given away bags and pods full of paint. We're gonna ship out 3 full cases of paint. So we're gonna be giving those away to some of the mega members and some of you just members out here, supporters of the show. So we really appreciate all that support you guys give us. Super stoked on that. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about the paintball combine, which we came back from. We were all dethroned, actually.
Yeah.
You
almost made
had
it.
The team.
I know.
He had the team. I saw his team come out of the brackets, and Kyle had. I think you had 7 out of 10 guys, kids. I won't even call them guys at this point.
Yeah.
Were qualifying for the U16 USA national teams.
Yeah.
They were all under 16. You had 2 13-year-old kids that were absolute stunners.
They would have got.
Evan Middleton was
MVP.
MVP by far. I saw him do some moves that were outstanding, and he was shooting guys off the break. So we're going to talk a little bit about the paintball combine here coming up, but we do need to get our first guest here. You want to push that start button and see what happens? And let me go ahead and text him. Yeah, so, okay. Mario. Team Grayson.
Well, technically, you dethroned Marcelo, right? Because you beat him.
I did. But
I guess he was out either way, right? At Grayson.
I believe so, because I think Marcelo was already 1-1,
Yeah.
and that we brought him down to 1-2.
Yeah.
There's just a little rivalry. If you've been watching the show for a little while, or if you've been to any BKI event or paintball combine, summer camp, anything, Marcelo wins them all. It's not fair. I don't know exactly how it works. It's called shenanigans. One time I had to almost have one of my foot soldiers getting a fight with him over the paint that he was hoarding, but he's a good coach.
Yeah,
straight up, he's a good coach. He's a good coach.
Yeah,
and we beat him on this one. And
I beat him too in the prelims.
Yeah, we both beat him.
Look at that.
He was not a good coach at this one. Heat 1. Shout out to Maggie.
Heat 1 was great.
Yeah, Heat 1. A big shout out. Cruel Paintball for life. Yeah, let's go, Doug. Big Doug. Heat 1. Shout out to Big Doug, by the way. Doug, we're gonna do a little bit of math here. Let's see. Born in 69 makes you, a little older than all of us. And Doug was out there jamming on all of the drills. The snake drill, I want to say, is probably one of the, well, not the most physically demanding, but it's not an easy drill to do.
Very difficult.
And Doug goes, the first thing he says, first of all, Doug was Heat 1, number 1. He went first of the whole day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he goes, guys, well, I'm going to set the bar really low for everybody. Or sorry, he went the first round of the second half. And he jumped in there and finished it in under 20 seconds. Jeez. Like, the world record is like in the 12 somewhere. Yeah. And he did it in under 20. And as a matter of fact, I want to do a big shout out. Shout out to Nick Sloviak. Big, we missed you out there. We held down the tradition for you. You're getting an air horn specially for you. So we missed you out there. And you can rest easy and assured that Marcelo did not
take home another
win. Take home another win. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to get him in.
You know, it's funny too. Just a little side note. How paintball works is Evan Middleton, who was kind of my rock for the entire little tournament that we did, and he was shooting guys off the break. He was always alive, and I kept going like, hey, if you ever feel any pressure off the break, because I know these other coaches they're gonna try to shoot you off the break. Like, let me know as soon as that starts happening. He did like one of the matches, then we're down a point against Grace's team in the final, and he blows through and like hangs it with I think like 20 seconds left, and he shoots bunkers three guys through the middle. Yeah, bunkered
all three of them through the middle.
So we go into overtime, and then he gets shot off the break, and I was like looking for him after, and then we lose that point, and I was looking for him after because, a lot of younger guys too. Especially, they get really down on themselves when, you played so well and then you get shot out on that final, when in the biggest point. And he was still in good spirits, and he was like, it's all right, it's not that big of a deal, which was great to see. And even though that happened, like, I think that's a great lesson because it's like shows you how difficult this game is too. It's so hard to be perfect. And you have to have those failures and those mistakes to know like every single element, and you're just cataloging everything, and it just builds up to make you elite. But he's off to a good start at 13.
He sure is. And we're gonna get a little bit more into the paintball combine. I want to introduce our first guest of the night, and let's see here. Let me test the cams here. Hang on 1 second, and we are going to welcome. Wipe the lens off of You got a little lens cleaner, Harry? So we got Harrison Fry.
Yeah, much better.
There he is. Harrison Fry. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when you're talking to somebody on an Android phone.
I'm on my computer. Nice try.
Are those dolphins in the background, or is that a world map?
That's the map. This is what inspired me. It was my house I grew up in.
There we go.
The world.
Wow.
Thanks, Mom.
All right.
There we go. That's a cool story. I have a map. I have a map for Sloan. Sorry if you can't see us incredibly well because we've got a lot of technology floating around on the counter here.
I know, MacBooks. Apple,
Yeah.
I know you're limited over there by one company, but I can use any company I want.
We see that now that you're on Dynasty.
Yeah.
So I want to say welcome. We're excited to have you. And I was actually talking to Quinn today, and he's like, "What's the thought process that Dynasty has a lot of times when you're going to pick up guys? Obviously, it's important that you have people who are not too weird, which you're right there on that boundary. But one of the big things is getting players that are super tenacious, right? Guys that are incredibly difficult to play against. And in Dynasty's history, we've always kind of moved towards and talked to guys that are incredibly difficult to play against and who are always game changers against us. If you rewind it way back, I remember playing Devin Odell back in the day when he was on the Chili Peppers in Europe, and he completely dismantled us in a tournament. And we're like, let's pick that guy up, right? Yeah. And then fast forward to now was even when we brought Mikey, when we brought Mikey on, it was like, hey, who was that guy that was absolutely being a pain in our ass the other weekend at practice? It was like, oh yeah, that guy bunkers you every chance he gets. Yeah. And he's been in that position. And then obviously with Chris Schehr, same thing. It's like Revo is kind of our Achilles heel to a certain extent. And infamous sometimes, not so much last season, but definitely the season before. And then there's you. Guys that are total pain in the asses on the field, right? And then obviously your ability to understand paintball and your passion for paintball is really important for all of us as well. So that was the conversation I had with Quinn today, which I'm now sharing with the world.
Well, what a great introduction. I hope to be a pain in the ass to all other teams now under the different jersey on. And hopefully I'm not a pain in the ass to Dynasty off the field. I know a handful sometimes.
I'm sure we're gonna be everybody's gonna be happy on here.
Is it only me that can't see you, or the viewers can also not see your face?
Everybody can see all of our faces.
If you want,
Kyle's got
what
this.
you could do is you can go onto YouTube, go to Ryan's page, and just mute the sound, and then you can watch. You can see yourself and look at the comments as you're talking to us here. So another thing too, I don't know how many people know this, but you all, Skinny Kevin's already coached you a little bit too, because he coaches your MXL team, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was only one event in the MXL. This is the last one.
He's not going to coach this one?
I'm trying to convince him to come this time, but I'm actually not playing with my normal team.
Oh, you're playing a different team now.
Which is in two. I'm still gonna basically my team's not going only this event, the Rangers.
Oh, okay.
They're from Matamoros, which is right over the border from Texas. So I actually fly into Brownsville, Texas, which is the last town in America. If you look at the map, it's
oh wow,
right in the corner. And then I walk across the border and they pick me up. So that's a cool adventure going there. So they're not going to this event, but they'll be going to the rest of the season. But I think so. Trying to get Skinny Kevin to come this event. I'm playing with another team with Lasoya and Warriors, and then I'll try to bring him back to Rangers if everything works out. That's my hope. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: you travel. I would say more than I used to travel even at this point. What do you enjoy most about doing that? Because you've been on the grind with the travel side of things for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, actually, a lot of people ask me too, hey, well, what did you do coming up to get better and stuff? And it really was playing these overseas tournaments. Because you go there and whether it's Mexico or Colombia or in Europe or Asia. I've been all those, even Russia. You show up and not only do you have to play the best, but you have to coach the best and do all the logistics, the paint, and there's a million things going on, and you have to also then play. So the mental tenacity that you build by doing that is just so good. And also how many times we played against both you guys in random countries, and as a semi-pro guy or a D3 guy or whatever, I would never get the chance to play against either one of you guys growing up in a tournament setting. So it's if I can get that chance once, get it twice, I might get the better of you one of those times, and then like now you know my name, right? Otherwise, it's just like, who's that random guy? So it really is the chance to catch anyone off guard and make a name for yourself. And I think that was a really big reason for my skills growing and just where I am today for sure was playing across seas. Yeah, because I came in semi-pro with the New York Extreme, and that was a whole fun ordeal playing with Harris. And
oh wait, you were on their semi-pro team for NYX?
Yeah, I actually helped start that team. So
get out of here.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we were called the New York Outlaws back then. We were sponsored by Trade My Gun. And yeah, I was there the day that it formed. So it was me, Pat Kraft, Harris, Arslan, a few other names that you guys might not know. Greg Hrostick, actually.
Oh, interesting.
And Josh Taylor was there too that day.
Nice.
Hey, let me ask you that. This is actually just something to take away from the whole travel thing, and kind of broadening the horizons. Two things. One, I've said this a million times about playing in the woods, which I think you just came back from a woods ball event. But how does playing on, like, guesting on other teams around the world, to a lot of people, I want to ask you, how do you kind of get your foot in the door to like go play in Mexico or Malaysia or wherever it might be? And then the second thing is, tell me how you feel that can like kind of build your confidence level and build your ability to be able to be more of a leader in the communication aspect of things. I know you learned to start speaking other languages too, but kind of both those questions I think are really important for a lot of players out there, especially.
Yeah. So looking at B. Yeah, I mean, I actually specifically, I spoke Spanish a little bit, and then I was like, this is stupid. I want to actually speak Spanish. So I just kind of one day decided to speak it, and actually going to Mexico and like...
You just decided to start speaking it? It's that quick?
I
was like, all right.
It is a decision, too. I mean, like I forced it on people, especially when I was learning it. People would speak English way better than me speaking Spanish, but I would still force it in conversation, and that's how you get good and make a bunch of mistakes and sound stupid in Spanish, but then you get better that way. But yeah, for sure, when you show up to these tournaments, even if it's a local tournament with a new team, you have to, that's a skill in itself too. You have to immediately okay, step one, learn everyone's names. Okay, where do you play? Where can I best fit in? How can I best help the team? That, learning that whole process is a very important skill too. That can be extrapolated across your own team too. And of course that works with communication and remembering everyone's names and new bunker codes, and even if it's in different language. And yeah, it's definitely a part of that mental tenacity and mental skills that I was talking about before, that just showing up to random events definitely helps build. And how to do it. Yeah,
that's a really important one, right? What do people do? Who do you contact? Just kind of.
I would say if I had no obviously your network is your net worth across life, but so I would just start asking people around you that might have in somewhere, and then just start messaging people. Get on social media and start Instagramming people. And there's no, I mean, when I was growing up, there was no access to pros digitally. Now pretty much any pro, if you DM us, we're gonna answer, or at least we'll look at it, or write a comment on a post. Where the access to everybody is so opened up.
The world's almost smaller.
And I remember my first time going to Europe, I posted in a European paintball forum, whatever, I don't even know the name of it. It was PB Nation of Europe. And I just wrote hey, I want a team for this event, because I was going to Europe for school. And I got a reply from some random guy that's come to my team, and now we're mates. And he was English, and
now we're mates.
We actually won that event in London, and then it was cool. So just figure it out basically, and ask people around you. There's no formula. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Just anything. I mean, like the internet's the wild world of, doing anything. You can you can start a podcast. Right?
Wild world of whatever.
Yeah.
You can start
www.
a gun company. You can start a clothing company now, easily and advertise it, market it, and the internet is the grand.
And that's what you do a little bit outside of paintball, right? Too? Working.
Yeah, I've had so I went to school for engineering, for mechanical engineering, and I graduated that, and I was the worst employee ever because I was just always going to Asia for paintball events, and I literally I took a lower paying job because I knew I was just going to be traveling around and not being a good employee. So I would just go into my boss and be like, "Hey, I'm going to Asia this week or next week," and he'd be like, "You can't." I'm like, "Fire me, I don't care." And then so it got to the point where I'd just be traveling a lot for doing paintball stuff, and then I started listening to more and more Tony Robbins and some of those other guys that were 4 Hour Work Week,
like entrepreneurs.
Yeah, entrepreneurs that were giving the 401k is BS, and you have to create your own wealth and there are multiple sources of income and all this, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. I don't want to be an engineer and go to the same office every day. And so I started getting into consulting, doing engineering consulting. I was doing that for a while, but then I just exited all and got into entrepreneurship. I had an e-commerce store for a while. Built that up. We were doing eBay sales. Exited that. Started getting into crypto a little bit, and then got into marketing for crypto companies. And now I've kind of grown a company now in the Web3 world, where it's a financial services company that I'm a founder of. We raised last year on it, and we've been growing ever since. So it's exciting. So that's what I do outside of paintball.
And you would probably also say too that those, paintball and then where you've landed with your businesses kind of hybrid together because you wanted to travel, right? And you couldn't stay home and work a job. So you basically figured out a way to make other things work, which is, it's important, I think, because we're not making a lot of money out here with, even at the top pro level. So, and paintball can be an expensive sport. So getting to have all these experiences like we have, you have to find these other avenues to, get out of that 9 to 5. So you have to grind and you have to be creative and find other ways, like you did. It's cool.
Yeah. Every paintball player is an entrepreneur in a way where if it's doing clinics or if you're going to go full in on paintball as your income, and you guys are obviously entrepreneurs doing what you're doing, across every one of your avenues with clinics and the show and your other Tigerware and Hermesis and Field One and all that, and yeah, just selling yourself, marketing yourself. We all have marketing capabilities and backgrounds, right? Because we all run our own Instagrams and everything. Follow Harrison Fry Adventures. And yeah, for sure. The travel thing was definitely, I think, I didn't come in pro early, so I was actually, for me, it was, I was spending money trying to, get to the league. So I needed to find an income that wasn't paintball. And, just until, the past 5 years that I actually started making money in paintball. So that's a cool step. But yeah, so it was probably good for me in the end because I had to generate my business and my income outside of paintball, so that allows me to make decisions based on things that I want to do and that are good, that I feel are best for me personally rather than money, which is one reason why I'm here on Dynasty. I feel it's the best move for me personally, and yeah, very excited for the season and whatever else is going forward.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I've got a question for you. Speaking of Dynasty, who are you the most excited to play with on the team?
To play with?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can't ask me that on your own show.
You don't have to play with.
Dude, Ryan gets a lot of shit. He
Yeah,
can
yeah.
take it
It's okay. It's okay. I know it's not me. We played together too on some of the Team USA. So I can be recused from this conversation if that's yeah.
If you can't pick, you can't pick Ryan because he's here. So you have to pick someone else on the team.
Someone else on the team.
Yeah. You would pick Ryan if you were allowed to, but you can't.
Right.
For
Of
this,
course.
this scenario.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody would pick.
All right. So because I can't pick Ryan,
and I feel like you've played with Blake already.
I played with Blake in Mexico. We played on the same team.
There we
for
go.
Like 5 years.
There we go. So not him.
I played with Archie for 2 or 3 seasons of 10-man. We won a lot of 10-man tournaments together. I played with Marcelo on Team USA and in Asia before.
Okay.
And in Australia before with him.
So
I never played with Eggs. I never played with Yosh.
Okay.
I've played with Damien before.
Okay.
I've never played with Urena.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I missing?
Well, there's Chris. Have you played with Chris?
Oh yeah, Chris Schehr. I've never played with him, and he's actually from my area.
Yeah, you guys are all from the same area.
Yes, like similar. I mean, he's maybe a 4-hour, 5-hour drive.
Yeah, I mean California is like the size of the entire East Coast, so like I get like you guys have like townships and things like that are all smashed together in one little frozen angry zone.
Yeah.
All right, you could just we want me to put them all on a wheel and then just kind of spin it. It's okay. You don't have to be too diplomatic about it. You can be like, it's not going to hurt anybody's feelings. Hell, half the guys, nobody even watches the show anyway. Alex is the only one who really watches the show, I think, and probably
it's Alex.
Okay.
Alex, the answer is Alex.
Yeah, I figured that's everybody's favorite one. All right, last question because I know that you have another engagement to get to today. You're a popular guy, but give us a travel hack.
A travel hack.
Yeah. For those people, now everybody's got the blueprint on how to do it. You know what I mean?
I'm actually writing a book, Harrison's Travel Rules.
There we go.
No, I'm not, but I should. I really did have a lot. Travel hack.
I mean,
you told me one about your. You had a interesting water bottle, I think, the other day when we were in Guadalajara.
This one?
Yeah, wasn't there some fancy stuff in there?
Yeah, so this, I don't have the filter in right now, but it's got this filter. It's from Epic Water Filters. They're super cool. They sent me this. And it's got this filter so you can like scoop in the, if you're hiking or something, you can scoop out of the river or whatever. And it's got this filter and it's got a straw and you drink out of it.
It's like a life straw.
It's like a life straw, right? But all in it. And then we got, of course we got case real food going on here, which you will have many of this year, Ryan.
Kale bars?
These are the dopest bars on earth. They're basically oatmeal bars, but they're organic, gluten-free, non-GMO.
Is that thing? Oh, it's Kate's. I thought it was a kale bar. I'm not about to eat that thing. Kate's bars.
Yeah, kale bar, just full of kale. So I always have these in my backpack. That's the travel hack. But I think the best hack, it's not really much of a hack. I guess the hack, but just get into credit cards like early. Like don't.
Yeah, sign your kids up for credit cards. Get the whole family on a credit card. No, I'm with you.
Stupid. Don't spend more than you have. But credit cards are so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bonus points, the bonus sign up things. I had many free flights from bonus miles, especially when I was in semi-pro and I wanted to go to Asia and whatever, like for these tournaments. I would use those. And my first time to Mexico, I paid my way because I didn't. Going back to your other question too, like I paid my way first time to Mexico, paid everything. And then got there, we won the tournament, and then they're like, oh, you're in. And now I've been going to Mexico for like 6 years, and getting paid to go there. So sometimes if you think you got it, and you got to put yourself out there. It's like going to a tryout or something. You gotta put yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that. But credit cards are super powerful. The lounges access you get, some of the bonus miles, they're important. But don't be stupid. Do your research and don't ever spend more than you.
Yeah, this has been a quasi kind of like what to do in life thing, but we don't. We're gonna have to give a little bit of a disclosure and say we don't endorse any of the activities. I just, I quit my job and just, told them fire me, and then I took off, and then everything's great, and then I got a bunch of credit cards, lived on credit, and I got free miles though. Come on, then you show up in Mexico. You gotta win. Hey, you gotta win that first tournament.
This is not financial advice.
Very similar story to how the Iron Kids worked, right? Bunch of kids entered a tournament, had to win it, won the gear bags, sold the gear bags, played in the next tournament, won that one, sold the gear bags. Just it's that cars, easy. Yeah. And then you win some cars. Next thing you know, you're driving off in a Mustang. It's super easy, guys. Piece of cake. But I am with you on this on the credit card things. As a matter of fact, I was the one who got Tyler Harmon. It took Tyler Harmon like 5. Remember, for the longest time he didn't even have a airline credit like flight.
Do you remember that American Airlines one they had a while back, where you just had to buy one thing?
Buy one, spend $1.
Close the card, you got 60,000 miles.
Boom. Yeah.
Like 2 flights.
Yeah, we're ripping it. So yeah, get a airline and get an airline, a preferred airline. Stick with that airline. Get their credit card. Rip that thing as soon as you're done getting the bonuses. Get a hotel card. Rip that thing. You got a free vacation on your hands. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe like a 2-day vacation.
I disagree on the airlines if you're paying for your own flights. If you're paying for your own flights, just go with whatever's cheapest. But if you're getting paid for it, then yeah, definitely stick to one airline.
But definitely quit your job.
Definitely quit your job.
Definitely quit. You took one thing from this. Quit your job.
Seriously,
get a bunch of credit cards.
I've quit my job like 6 different times in my life, and every single time it's been the best decision of my life.
Yeah, I agree. Right on.
All right. Well,
travel hacks.
We appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah.
Congrats on your move.
Welcome to the team.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
When's that check coming in the mail, Ryan?
Yeah. Checks in the mail. It's actually coming on the Greyhound bus. We couldn't afford to send it, so there's gonna be a Greyhound bus pulling up to the terminal. I think in about 3 days with a brown paper bag underneath seat 24A.
Just ask for Jeff.
Yeah, ask for Jeff. Yeah. He's got the goods. And then so we will see you in a couple weeks. And what are you doing after this right now today?
I'm going to the gym in a little bit here. It's 8:30.
Okay. I thought you were going to do a PTG thing.
I am, but that's not till
1 a.m.
You said 8 o'clock.
Oh, is that right now?
I'm not. I actually messed up.
Maybe
on
he meant
on
8 o'clock our time.
Math. It could be. No, they always do.
5:30. 5:30.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so you can hit the gym. You can get to the gym right now and probably be a good work pump in and then back here in about 40 minutes. I don't go to the gym very often, so I feel like by that Kyle goes to the gym and
if I told Ryan I was going to the gym 40 minutes before our show, he'd have a heart attack.
Yeah, Kyle goes to the gym at 11 and comes back at 3:59.
Hey, look at my stretches in, my sauna.
No, I'm at like this Anytime Fitness, so it's open 24/7. I usually go at night, and there's nobody there. It's
you can go anytime.
Yeah, I was about to say you should have said anytime. Because if it was open 24/7, it would be you should have that's what you say for 24-hour fitness. But Anytime Fitness, you say it's open anytime I want to go.
Oh.
Tie it together.
Intelligent name.
It's all right. You can get used to this type of scrutiny all year. Damien knows. That's why he's got to take. That's why he's got to take 1 week off from the Spick and Span show every month.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Well, super excited to have you on the team, and I know that all the guys are as well. And we'll see you. We'll see you in a couple weeks. I was looking for your jersey. They haven't sent me a mock-up yet. I was going to show it to you and everybody, but.
You sent me a mock-up, didn't you?
I did. I don't know where it went.
All right, I'll show it.
I think I have it somewhere. No, I only showed you the top. You're right, I did. So I'm gonna find that picture.
I have it.
Yeah, you do. I have it too. I have that one, but there's actually like a full picture somewhere. Yeah, you can show it. Just your last name. There it is. Look at that. There's the Fry jersey.
Nice.
I couldn't find the email anywhere that had the full thing, but I got Chris's here, so we'll show that one on the back of it at least, so everybody gets a little taste of what we got going on.
I love the old schoolness still out there
with the names.
Just the throwback, like everything's throwback recently with the Dynasty jerseys and gear. It's awesome.
Yeah, super excited to that.
It's very nostalgic for me too. So.
Right on.
Sweet.
All right, dude. Well, thanks a lot for coming. Enjoy the enjoy the PTG when you got on there. So
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in a couple weeks. Oh, wow, yeah.
Yes.
Guadalajara. All right, bud.
And I'll be on Play the Game in a little bit here.
Cool.
All right.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Follow Harrison Fry on Instagram.
Follow Harrison Fry's Adventures on Instagram. If you don't know where to find it, Dynasty just tagged him on the Dynasty page. Yes. All right, dude.
All right. Thank you.
Talk to you.
Later.
All right, Harrison Fry, everybody. So he's excited to be on the team, as you could tell from his excitement that he was showing there.
Yep.
And obviously, so that's been something we've been working on for a little bit. Obviously, he had to kind of break the news to his team, and we had a handful of names on a list, and Harrison and Chris were both the top two guys on the list. So it was really exciting that we were able to, get the guys that we really wanted right off the rip. So that shows, obviously they all took a little bit of a shot at. They have to fly across the country, which is no easy task, right? And we're gonna get Chris Schehr on in about 15-20 minutes here and talk to him. I've got he actually practiced with us, and he's been playing in his gear for the last couple of weeks. So we're gonna talk to him a little bit about that, how the first practice went, and your guys' history as well, which is pretty cool. Something that I didn't know. So anyway, let's go back to really quickly the paintball combine. So I want to pull up a couple of stats from the paintball combine really quickly, and we're going to talk a little bit about. Oops, that's paintball win count. That thing still works. We're gonna talk a little bit about everybody showing here at this event, as well as the past events and the snake drill. One of my favorite. I think it's probably the one of the more fun events to watch. But let's see here. 2022 California scores. Scores. I don't know how you find.
Might not be updated.
Well, they did. So maybe we're not going to talk about the scores. Everybody got the scores for this one. Everybody had their scores. Remember, they were listed somewhere. The Facebook page.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Facebook. So, and for any of you guys who were at the event, weigh in a little bit on how you liked it. I am a little slightly tiny bit disappointed in the showing Southern California had. I expected the SoCal one to be the biggest of them all.
Yeah. And
it was actually one of the smaller combines that we've had. And I know that a lot of players, I talked to a couple of people who actually just popped up and got sick from the other weekend's practice. But, there were a lot of players out there who I feel could have not only benefited from it, because we did get some really good response from the event, and I think a lot of people really enjoyed it. And like I said, I like the amount of players in the U16, U19 side of things that turned up, but definitely could have gone for a handful of more players in the area. Let's see here. Nope, I don't know where you find their scores. They posted the scores. I know that because I saw them, and they were online somewhere. So maybe if Lori's watching, Lori, if you wanna squeeze in a link, or Earl, do you know where the link was? I know Earl's watching this right now. Earl, I owe you a Gen X barrel condom. I know you and Koa did not get them. Is it on the BKI page? 2023 paintball combine page. Yeah, that's what I thought it would be on too. I'm on that page right now, and let's see. I do not see any information on where those scores would be. Probably could have planned for this a little bit better, but you know how it works here on the Spick and Span show. Anyway, let's talk about some notable players. Obviously, we're were doing the tryouts and stuff like that, or the qualifications for the U16s, and you had a bunch of them on your team. You had Joel Carpenter, you had Nathan Ariano, you had who else? I think you had like 7 guys on there.
Yeah,
Evan obviously, who is a shoo-in. I think he's gonna be like the team captain actually, because he was MVP of last year's Team USA event as well. So yeah, Earl and Co were definitely killing it. Thanks, Doug. You're absolutely right on that.
So it was all the guys in Heat 4 and 3, right?
Yes.
So Taylor West.
Oh, Taylor, yeah.
Carter McKee, Nathan.
Oh, Carter played behind Nate on the snake side in that California
Yeah.
marker. Yeah, he played really well also. So
And then my 2 Dorito kids, Lucas, Tamara,
Tamara, yep.
and then Graylin McDonald, who was watching the show.
Shout out to Graylin.
Both of those guys played over there on the Dorito side. Graylin too was a beast, super loud voice, really hungry to get in there and play, and so a lot of those kids they're really hungry. So, and I would say especially Evan too is a beast.
So, and it was actually just by chance, by fate, that you got all those players on your team at the same time. It was basically everybody was ranked. And big shout out to Kyle Breath. He came out to, I met him. He came out to a clinic that I had at Hollywood Sports the other week. At the end of the year, I think last year. Was it the beginning of this year? The beginning of this year when we did the one-on-one thing. He came out to that thing and really, really surprised me with how much knowledge he knew, how well he played, his charisma, and just everything about him was like top notch. And told him about the paintball combine. He showed up, obviously took top honors. He was dialed in. Shout out to Heat 1 again, everybody. Heat 1. He was dialed in, man. That was really, really solid how his performance. I think he took second in the lateral slide. Evan won the breakout and the snap shooting drill. DeMarcus won the snake drill. So he won the running and shooting drill. Shout out to Heat 1 again. And then, he really showed up on that one. And then Evan McCarthy from the Phoenix Rising camp actually came in second overall. Didn't win any of the individual skill sets, but crushed it. He was on my team for the tournament, so I scored there. And I got DeMarcus on my team, also a really, really solid player out of the SoCal area. And we had a handful of players from Midwest. Little Demon, I don't know if you remember her coming to the summer camp.
Yeah,
she's grown as a player tremendously. Was crushing it on the snake drill. Obviously, I did the snake drill, so I know more about that one than the others. And it was a really cool event. I feel like the skill level for the sample size is a little smaller, but the skill level who showed up to this one was higher than the other ones slightly. Or at least it was more combined, if that makes sense. I know that you've done a couple of them when, like, let's take I'm just going to keep talking about the snake drill because I did that one a million times. But, we've had at the Sacramento event, there were people who were finishing the snake drill in like 50 seconds, 45, 50 seconds. My first heat, I think it might have been Heat 4, the young kids, actually both of the first 2 heats, those guys were all finishing in under 20 seconds.
Oh, wow.
And I don't think anybody really went over 30.
Jeez. Which
is pretty good. A solid score for everybody out there. Yep, and shout out to Glenn's dog. And then, so for those of you guys who are wondering, it does look like we might be in Texas next year. Might be in Texas. Yeah. For that.
For the combine?
Yeah, for the combine. It looks like nice. we might be in Texas for the combine next year. So, if I get a link from Lori on where exactly she published those scores, I will hit her up.
Which field in Texas?
I have no clue. I just heard that we might do it because we did 2 in California. The last 2 have been in California. We've done the one before that was in Arizona. Then we did 2 in Florida. Obviously, Boston was where one of those were.
Yep.
And then the only tricky thing about Texas is I believe last week it was not only snowing, but the streets were completely iced over. I don't like Texas in February. I just feel like Texas in February has just got a lot of red flags. Lots of red
snowing,
flags.
this weekend, or this past weekend, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Verbal. How's Texas in the February? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I gotta go this weekend, so I hope it's not too bad. Let's check the weather.
Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, it was all ice. Start of February is ice time. So that's a little bit of a tricky problem. You know, the whole idea of the winter combine or the off-season combine is that it happens to be taking place during the winter time, and that makes it very difficult to find a spot. February is sketch. Could be 95, could be 43. The freeze apocalypse, yeah, and the freeze apocalypse. I think that was last year or the year before. So we're not getting a lot of great
Could have been
reviews.
worse. Could have been New Hampshire's temperatures.
Shout out to New Hampshire up on Mount Washington. That's bizarre, man.
Negative 100.
Yeah, negative 1 something. That's nuts, man. I don't know how you deal with that one, but yeah, paintball combine went really well. I'm stoked on it. I think everybody else who was there was really excited about it. There is a list of. I'll make sure that the list of scores are published, and I know that a handful of you guys looking for players out there. We'll get a list of free agents as well, especially in the SoCal area. And then on top of all that, what's also kind of cool and what's exciting is all of the U16 players that are out there. I know a lot of 13-year-old players are out there and below. And a lot of the parents were asking like the best way to figure out how to get them more involved in paintball. So yeah, that's something that we're always looking to do. I know that it is tricky if you are a young player or if your parents or family are also trying to figure out the best route to get you in. When did you start playing paintball?
14 or 15.
14 or 15. Yeah, so it's definitely intimidating to play when you're a young kid, you know. And speaking of young kids, shout out to Nico Podesta. He's out there.
Yeah,
just getting it. His dad Ryan Podesta was dunking on people this weekend.
Took us down in the finals.
He was dunking on people, but it's really cool to see you know a lot of younger kids out there playing. I think there was a younger kid named Max out there whose parents are from Atlanta, and if any of you in the Atlanta area have any good recommendations on fields to play, throw them in the chat here, because I know that they're trying to get him up and coming in the game and stuff. So yeah, and Mario, there you go. Mario's a great person to pick his brain. Mario, how old was Brandon when he started playing? Brent Listovka said it was negative 30, the wind chill here.
Jeez.
And last summer camp was 105 on the turf.
Wild.
Yeah. There's an 11-year-old. Mario, so Brandon Trujillo was 11 years old when he started. I believe he is 18 now and playing on Aftermath. So pretty cool story here. Pretty cool story there with how Brandon and those kids got started and are now playing pro along there. So let's see. Okay, we're gonna get our next guest here. I have to stare at my face here. Oops, for a second. How do you do this? All right. Long time listener, first time caller we got here.
Yeah, he liked it when he came to the
Yeah,
studio
he was
the other
super
day.
stoked on that one. Hold on one second. All right.
What up?
Let's see. Hey,
What's going on?
there we go. How you doing, Chris?
You're in your own Doghouse Studios.
Yeah, you got your own studio?
I'm in my garage.
Yeah, that's the Doghouse Studio.
Yeah, our garage is actually right. You've been back here, right in front of us. This is actually our office.
Yeah.
Doghouse Studios.
I have like a little workbench that I chill at. And, clean the gun, do all the man stuff. So
Yep.
Just go into the garage and stare at the wall sometimes when you need to get away from it all.
exactly. Little spots in the house, that I have. So
Right on, man. Well, dude, I want to talk. Well, I want to share a lot of stuff that I never knew, and that I think that a lot of people I thought was really cool about your history, kind of going with growing up playing along or with Spicka.
Yeah.
Really cool. So first, just kind of introduce yourself. Tell everybody where you're from. How to spell your last name, things like that.
You don't have to do that part.
I'm Christian. You spell it. The second H in there throws everybody off, but it's Schehr. And I'm originally from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and then I now live in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I've been here most of my life, except I did live in San Diego for a little bit of time, and came back here to Charlotte. So it's good. It's a cool spot.
Yeah.
And then you and Kyle played together?
Yeah, basically. Chris, you could tell a story.
Yeah. Well, Kyle, you're from Wilmington. Right?
Yeah.
Wilmington's like 4 hours from where I am, at the beach. And I actually lived in Wilmington too one summer. Super cool place. But so it was 2007 was the first year I played on Gridlock. Me and Kyle got onto Gridlock Black. There was like two D3 teams, the red and the black. So we were on the black one together. And my first national event at the time was PSV, and I don't know if that was Kyle's first event, was it?
Yeah, I believe it was. I think I played the World Cup before that, but with that team called Authority. It was out of Adventure Beach, if you remember them. But that wasn't really like that serious of a. So once we got on Gridlock, that was like, first time in a big organization that was like fed all the way up to the pro team.
Back then was sick because Gridlock was like the team that was coming up to play for Trauma, right? So all the kids on there were, super hungry to like go through the ranks, and there was D3, D2, D1, and then you had Trauma. So like that was everybody's goal, was to play with them. Unfortunately, after that first year, they just disbanded. But yeah, so first 3 tournaments I ever played in the PSP or national at all, we got 3 second places in a row.
Yeah. Which,
so we were in the finals every single tournament, but
it's wild too. Like for full circle, that's where we basically started our national tournament career, and then back, coming out here.
So young at that point. I'm pretty sure the first tournament that I was LA Open 2007.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I had to have like a chaperone. Like my mom, like they had to the plane at that time. I can't remember if somebody had to like chaperone me on the plane, which was weird. But yeah, so I mean it's full circle. Like this jacket I got, courtesy of Kyle. And I was just out there.
Yeah.
They're pretty sweet.
Yeah. I told him you can keep this, don't sell it, and if you leave the team you got to give it back. So I felt like it was a good duty since I left the team. Give it to you. Yeah.
We'll get you some fresh jackets too, just so you don't have to blow that one out too much.
No, it fits great. I like it.
Awesome. I saw you were playing. You were playing over the weekend in. Was it snowing?
It was just muddy. Kyle, you've played there at Paintball Central Greensboro.
Yeah.
Is that where they used? Really muddy. Is that where they used to have the tournaments?
No, they had them at in Charlotte at Rock Hill Field, but
Rock
also
Hill.
Paintball Central.
Yeah, Paintball Central, Rock Hill. Okay, cool.
So Rock Hill is where I drill at mainly. I go out there because I can go out there during the week and stuff, and one of the guys who runs it, Trey, he showed me where the key is. I can pretty much get in there, turn the air on and stuff, and that's only like 20 minutes. But Paintball Central Greensboro is like the original one that I grew up playing, so it was only like 20-30 minutes from my house, and it's not the only one that has turf, but the closest one to me that has turf.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the point now where the turf is like getting to that time, and it's just super muddy. So.
But Gridlock has been basically resurrected out there, right, Chris, in Greensboro?
Yeah, that was Greensboro was the original Paintball Central. And then they built the other parks, but then Rock Hill was, I think, the best location to probably the airport and stuff for when they had ESP there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's Jen Folt that plays on
Right.
the heroines.
Well, you guys were you guys were just playing. She's awesome.
Yeah, she plays there. She's cool.
Yeah, she's really cool. We had her on the show a while back, but really well spoken, super smart. Really knows what is going on. And actually, we just got a little sneak peek of of episode 1 of that Heroines documentary. We played a commercial on it last week, and we'll do it again towards the end of the show. That thing was like,
it's like one of the best paintball videos I've ever seen.
It might be the best paintball documentary. This is something that you would watch like on Netflix.
Yeah,
like hands down. Whereas like there are other ones that are good. There's other ones that are good, but this one's like on another level of how good it was.
And it was funny because maybe more so Lori than Anthony, but they were like really timid that we were going to be really super harsh on them about it, and then we're like, that was insane. Like we don't even have anything that good.
Yeah.
So
I saw the intro video. It looks really good.
Mm-hmm. That comes out Super Bowl Sunday, so a little bit of stiff competition for viewership. Maybe could have postponed it for a day or something like that. But
I saw The Last of Us is gonna release earlier because they don't want to conflict with the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Maybe they should. Maybe we'll talk to them. We'll talk to the bosses up there.
Yeah.
Hey Chris, what? I actually don't know this. What was your first pro team?
First pro team was Top Gun, Trenton Top Gun. So it was we won World Cup in 2012 in semi-pro. And we won these also, and then we got invited up to. That was when it was Champions and Challengers.
Okay, right.
So we went up there, and I can't remember how it worked when you first got into it. If you were immediately in the Champions, or if you started in the Challengers as like the team that went up to pro. I can't remember, but it's funny. My first pro event was also in California because that was when they had it
at the LA event, right?
No, well, LA 07 was my first tournament, but my first tournament pro was where was it in California? That would have been 2013.
Yeah, I think it was Ramona, right? Was that where we got relegated? No, because that wouldn't have been your first tournament. Because the PSP always started in Dallas, I thought, and then I thought
it started in California.
It did?
Yeah, it was like.
Wait, this is what? What league?
PSP, right?
Yeah, it was PSP.
I don't know. Someone will know. The Riverside event. It was PSP Riverside. Yeah. Was it the one that was raining? Like really?
Because I have a picture. It's on I don't know which magazine it's on. There's some paintball magazine at the time. I was on the front page. I was sliding under. I think at the time they had the A. I slid under and bucked A Baines under the A.
Got his ass. We can talk shit to him in a couple of weeks when we go up there.
You cow tipped him.
Yeah.
Bring the magazine. Bring the magazine out and let's have him sign it in a couple weeks.
Yeah, can you send me a picture of that? Actually.
Yeah, I'll look and see if I can find it.
Text that to me.
Yeah, that was the first tournament, and I feel like it was Champions because obviously we played Impact, and I think we also played Damage, so it might have been like right into the Champions bracket or whatever it was called.
Well, so I think you're right about the fact that might have been your first one, but I believe that it started with Dallas, so you guys probably won Dallas in the Challengers division, then played event 2 as pros in the Champions division. Would that make sense?
I'm one of those people that can't. I feel like there's some people that can remember events so well. They can remember like everything.
Dude, we need Mike Urena in here.
Dude,
I forgot I was talking to someone about something, and he was in the room. He wasn't really in the conversation. I was like, dude, I don't remember if I played that tournament with this team and this team, and it was like 8 years in the past. He's like, oh, you played this? You guys got third. I was like, how did you know that?
Yeah, dude, he's a student of the game. That's.
I can remember like specific points I played, but I can't remember events or team. You know,
like field layouts. Field layouts are hard for me to remember.
I used to be really good at it. Only back when we had to like actually map the games and like really walk the fields.
Oh yeah.
Now they're all just a bunch of bunkers. Did they change the bunker sets for this season? Did they add any new angle?
Yeah, X in the middle.
There's an X now?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And that little car wash with all the little dangle things, you got to run through that.
I like that thing. Yeah, the Diablo mouth.
Like the actual snake that was just one piece.
Yeah,
the one piece snake with
Bring
the head
that back.
and the tail.
And it has the tongue on the end.
Yeah, the little tongue just dangling on the ground. They really went for it on that. What did you go? So okay, so you're that was 2013. You said.
Mm-hmm.
And then who'd you play with after that?
So we played that whole year, and then Top Gun. I think we got relegated. I can't remember it, but then the team just disbanded, and that was the same exact time I was graduating from undergrad in college, and I was applying to law schools and stuff, and that's when I went out to California for school, and I give a lot of credit to A-Rod, because I went out to Camp Pendleton. I was like, well, I'm out here, now it's like I'm super close to where, much nicer fields are, a lot more teams and stuff, so I was out there just drilling and playing around, and they were like, dude, you should try out for the Ironman. So I tried out for the Ironman. There was like one other person trying out, and I made the team, and then I played at the Ironman for 2 seasons, and then I ended up graduating from law school and moving home, so I left the team at that point just because I had so much going on with studying and all that kind of stuff. So took a little bit of time off at that point to pass the bar exam, do that, and then I came back, and I actually played semi-pro, like 2 events with a team. It's funny, the owner of that team that I played with became Revo's. I don't know what his ownership position was, or if he even had any ownership position, but he owned the team, that semi-pro team I played with, just for 2 tournaments, and he ended up moving to Revo right after that. The team went away and became, I guess, part owner, or had some sort of stake in the team. So, and then at that point I played with NRG for a season, and then I went to Revo, and I've been there ever since, or was there ever since then.
Damn, that's actually really cool. So I figured you had already an in with the Ironman. So you were just out drilling one day, and A-Rod was like, dude, you should try out. You're good?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was just A-Rod. Biggie, you might have been there too.
Yeah, maybe.
Were you on the team?
Which year was it again?
That was 2015 and 16.
I was on your team.
Oh, you were on 50, yeah.
But I might have been out there drilling, too. And A-Rod was on our team also, Dynasty.
2015?
Yeah. Remember we won World Cup?
Yeah, but I didn't know he was on. I don't think he was on the team, was he?
He was on our team when we won World Cup.
Really?
Yeah, when he runs past the middle in that video, and he's like, yeah. He was on the team.
Oliver went up the middle.
Dude, A-Rod was on the team.
No way. I'm pulling up the picture.
I promise you.
Short was on the team. Marcelo.
Blake.
Oliver.
Yep. Alex.
Me.
Tyler.
You, Tyler.
Me. You.
I already caught those 2.
A-Rod.
Dalton. Dalton.
Yeah.
We had 10 guys? 9 guys?
Shoot, Dalton might not have been on the team. I don't think Dalton was on the team that year.
And Tyler was injured. He injured his knee. I remember that.
Yeah.
I'll look this up.
And it was
A-Rod on our team?
A-Rod and Oliver switching.
Really? Get out of town.
Have you watched that video? It's the best paintball video of all time.
Yeah,
and
I know.
A-Rod wins
That's how
point,
I know that you're on the team.
He goes like this, and he runs.
All right.
When we go up.
Are you sure that's not the?
Dude, can you guys tell this guy in the comments? Look, Ryan's getting old. Someone said.
When I got on the Ironman, it was like I played with Brandon Cornell, Mike Paxton was on there, Bobby, Scott.
Was Meter on the team?
What's that?
Was Meter on the team then?
No, he came on the team the same time I quit.
Okay, right after you.
But Chris also played with Meter earlier, right as Gridlock disbanded. Because I went to Florida. A bunch of guys went to Florida to play with Palm Beach Vipers, and some of the guys stayed in North Carolina. And then that was Raiden, right?
Yeah, we just played stuff together, which was fun. Me and Heyman Chapman and those dudes.
Yeah. Heyman was kind of like our big brother. Me and Chris's big brother, taught us all the bad habits, and just he's a fun guy, and that became our guy that we're always hanging out with, and would take the time to take us out and do drills, and teach us paintball, which was cool.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that too.
Say it again, Chris.
He was like that too.
Yeah.
He was very involved, so it was cool. And then now Tyler and Rob, they own Paintball Central, so I see Tyler out there. He runs the 10-man tournament that they do every year, which has gotten really big. Last year, we had Infamous came, or not Infamous, but some of their players came, the Misfit guys, all that. So
nice.
we lost our would have had a 3-peat if we would have won this year, my team.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I had no idea about the beginning thing until Kyle was like, "Dude, yeah, we used to play together," and then getting all that stuff. It's interesting too, because like, so what? How old were you when you started?
That's about it. Probably 15, 16.
Okay. That was kind of like where I started.
Playing paintball, I was like really young.
Uh-huh.
But gridlock for the first time, I was probably 15, I would say.
Yeah, I think we were 15, 16.
Yeah.
Was it not 2006? No, I guess it was 2007. Yeah.
Do you still have your?
It was my PB Nation name was Gridlock Kid 07.
There we go.
That's what your. Oh wait, no, you can't be that. You're about to say that's what your number should have been. We had to make him change his number. We didn't make him. Yeah. He had to change his number. Unfortunately,
Mine was Lil Spicka, but
Lil Spicka.
And I took the Lil off, but I'm still little, so maybe I should bring that back. Change my Instagram name to that.
It's funny. Whatever, dude. PB Nation has got. It's like you go on there. Have you seen all like the spams pops up?
I think it got sold for something crazy like $2 million, right?
Yeah, I have no idea. I have not.
It got sold to the internet dwellers for ads. I haven't been on PB Nation in a while. I used to go a lot.
I figured that whatchamacallit acts as the same type of Instagram now is kind of like, I wasn't really ever on there for what was going on. Are you on PB Nation right now?
Yeah.
Look at that. Dynasty. We got us on there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, here's another thing. So I saw you struggling to put your lenses back in. So there is definitely a trick to getting them.
That's only gonna happen for like the first 2 times, and then you'll
got to start with the nose. You always when you're putting the lenses in, you gotta crinkle the nose when you're putting them in, and then that's like the trick. So you put the nose in first. So I got a funny story when I was a little grom working at the back of the store. Yosh and I used to work in the attic and putting together all the cap parts. So we would have to like screw in and like heat seal bags, and there's no air conditioning, no like airflow whatsoever, just exposed sheetrock and linoleum, or not linoleum, but insulation. And every so often, if they were like kind of had a couple customers in there, they would call one of us down to help them out. So I had to put a lens in. And some customer bought a JT like lens and was like, "Hey, can you guys put it in for me?" And they're like, "Sure," And so they're like, "Ryan, put this lens in." So I go into the little back room and I had no clue how to put the lens in, and I'm like, I've got a screwdriver. I'm trying to like jam it in, because obviously if you don't go nose first, you're never getting the lens in. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's impossible. I've tried it when I was a kid with a screwdriver, still couldn't get in. Completely marred up this lens. I was getting paid $5 an hour, store credit only. So we didn't, and they charged us full retail. Like, we didn't get a discount on any of the products in the store. So it took me like, my first purchase aside from that lens was like a stainless steel 12-inch dye barrel, which cost me $180. So like, oh my God. Yeah, that'll work like a long time to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the lens. I had to change it twice because I got a different set of frames that I liked, and it was like unbelievable. My finger hurting,
especially when it's cold.
Is that the mask setup you did right there?
Yeah, let's see it. What do we got?
It's like a black one for now.
So anybody out there, we need because Kyle got laced up with some sweet new freshness.
OG frames that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Thin
Those
ones.
things are still falling apart.
Yeah, no, I was saw him out the other weekend and he's like, "Dude, what's up with this mask?" It's cool. I like it.
These lenses are toast. So, but yeah, we need to get you dialed in with some custom stuff. I've actually got some goggle straps here. We're gonna give these the ones away, but I've got some Hormesis goggle straps you can throw on there. I know another guy who's got some extra Hormesis straps too.
This one thread that was like the best is still up. The All Things HK&A. You can find some really good old photos always in here.
Mm-hmm. I go to Warpig if I really need some old photos, because you can click on the event. Warpig. I don't know if you guys know anything about Warpig.
I know what Warpig is.
But yeah, but we need to get you laced up with like some nice, like some new straps. I got a bunch of Oliver's stuff. You can cherry pick also.
Hey there.
So I asked this one. I asked this one to Harrison too. Who who were you? I guess you've already played. Who were you most excited to play with on Dynasty? Or anybody? Where was that even like a thing? Were you like, oh, cool? I really wanted to see how, because we've never played in any kind of like your international thing or like not even like an all-star thing back in the day. You know, that's funny.
That's tough. I don't want to. It's like hard to answer that question.
Listen, I'll start. I'm gonna preface it with you're not gonna hurt anybody's feelings. It's not like you're gonna say something and then you're gonna come to practice and then like 9 of the guys are gonna be really mad at you.
Well, already being there, I guess. Well, I it's hard. I've already been out there for a weekend and played.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some of the guys that I know, but I will say it was super fun playing. Like me and Yosh played. I thought we played well together.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, super cool. I like Alex. Alex is really funny. It's hard, man. I can get the top 3. I give the top 3.
Okay, I'll take it.
I'll say Brian.
Okay, all right, I'll take it. Thanks.
Nice. There you go.
But everybody was super cool. It was awesome.
Cool. That's good. Obviously, it's got to be. You never know, right? You've always played against us, and you're like, oh, I hope these guys aren't assholes. It's got to be like that. It's like when you take on a new job, and you're like, oh, great. Hopefully the boss isn't.
Got Archie or Marcelo yet because they weren't there. So.
Oh, Marcelo's no fun to play with. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you like I said, you always wonder that sort of thing. I never know because I've never really played with any other team unless it's like a European team.
Yeah.
Which has its own hurdles, of course. But like never gone to another team with like any notoriety where you're kind of like, wonder what to expect. So yeah. I always wonder kind of what that's like. What about I guess what goggles did you wear on
Revo? We wore
the grills? Okay, the grills.
Yeah.
Those ones are the funny the grills with like the funny little thing where like you're kind of the bottom of your foreheads. There's always a bit of skin on your forehead showing.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. They've got like the little like the eyelashes, right?
Yeah, like angry
face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are actually pretty comfortable, man. I have worn those before. They're not bad. It's weird because the lens is so small, so you don't feel like you can see anything out of them. But it's actually they're not bad. Those were not bad at all.
But I didn't wear the JT. Like I don't think I ever worn the JT goggles.
we didn't. I was in the same boat. I was excited when I got to wear those.
They're really comfortable, but I felt like I was like adjusting my strap so much. I was like, it feels like it's far from your face compared to other masks.
It is. Yeah.
Some of the straps too can be kind of loose, so you kind of have to find the right strap that doesn't really tighten down all the way. Some of them.
Yeah, like there's old school straps that have kind of like lost their elasticity. I've actually Stoney actually from Planet Eclipse. He had I showed you those original black goggles that I have. Actually, we used them on the set of the Iron Kids documentary. And I still need to get those back. But I had like my old original white goggle strap. I'm like, hell yeah, I can't wait to wear this thing. And I mean, it was stretched out like it was pretty blown out. It's got zero elasticity whatsoever left in it. But yeah, once you find like kind of the right little bits, and the foam is really thick on them, but I think they're super comfortable.
Yeah, I agree.
Coming from the last set of stuff. Oh, there we go. I just got a nice little update here.
Clint said he's a strap that he had is like a super, I guess, OG one from like 04-05 Dynasty that's apparently still in really good condition. It's like, he said it was a misprint one. It's like kind of purple, magenta type color, and then it has like a blue little dragon that kind of like waves across.
Oh, really? Who has that?
Clint has it.
Oh, wow.
Did he try to sell it to you? Because it sounds like he gave you all the selling points, and then he's like, all right, so $300, it's yours, Chris.
No, he's going to send it, so we'll see.
Hell yeah.
There was, somebody had the old tiger print JT strap.
Okay.
He wanted $90 for it, and I was like, about to pull the trigger, and then
I
didn't. And
then you quit.
So I
wish you had bought it. Oh, man. Yeah, well, this is I'm excited. I'm really excited to have you play, you know, and I don't know if you were watching the show earlier, but you know, I'll kind of reiterate the idea of, you know, the mindset and stuff like that coming in to pick up guys. And obviously, we never really knew you personally very well, aside from the fact that you were, a pain in the ass to play against, which is good. And you weren't, you didn't seem like a dickhead. Yeah, I know that now.
Well, Chris has always been too.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're kind of soft spoken. You're a really humble guy, and you let your performance speak for yourself. You're not those guys that are out there trying to be loud and kind of just force their way, or talk a bunch of shit on the field. Like, you just do your job and go out there and handle, and made your way up to play with Dynasty, which is awesome.
Yeah. I'm really excited to have you on the team, and then just having someone who gets it. Obviously, you seem to be a pretty bright guy.
Everyone's dead. I feel like I just maybe because I went to law school, but it's like I was just there studying, and really the only reason I did all of that was so I could play paintball. I wanted to open my own thing up and not have to answer to somebody else and have to take off work.
And make your own rules too. Yeah.
It was funny because we went when you and Yosh and Alex were having a little meeting the other night, and it was the five of us that went to eat dinner. Me, Chris, Blake, Damien, and Mikey. Chris and I started talking about Chat GPT, the AI thing, and the other guys were like, "That's kind of cool. We're not interested." And then later in the week, I texted Chris. I'm like, "We got to figure this out." He's like, "Let's do it." So
you can do all your.
I saw that one that you sent me over. I'll look at it.
Yeah.
It can do all your work for you.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it can do all your work for you. And now that you're going to be in the Tesla Club, you put it on autopilot, put the little weight thing in there, and just you can take a nap and let ChatGPT and the AI Tesla bot take the wheel
Till it takes over the wheel.
Drive me home.
It's gonna drive you out to the desert.
I need to play with that a little bit more.
Yeah,
I'm a little too old for it, I think.
No,
yeah,
you're
I'm
not
stoked.
too. I'm worried about it, though. All these people jailbreaking it and getting it to so it has all these.
You can jailbreak it.
You can jailbreak it.
There's mastermind hackers that are basically jailbreaking because it has all these things that it won't. It'll limit. It won't say. Regulations.
Build me a nuclear reactor.
Or tell you how.
Yeah, tell me how.
And then it'll be like, I can't do that. Or where do I find, I don't know, these illegal anything. It'll be like, no, I don't do that. But people have found out ways to kind of bypass that, which could get a little scary.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, right on, man. I'm really excited. Like I said, I know all the guys are. I'm really stoked that it came together the way it did, and that you were able to come out for that first practice, right? Yeah, let's go. And then it all worked out. And then the fact that you like you said, you kind of make your own schedule and you do whatever you want to do, which is really important. I guess that's been the theme of today's show. Really is obviously that if you have the ability to be able to do that, a lot of people know. You don't really have to be betrothed to anybody, and you can kind of plan out your own life.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's the way to go, especially with all this new technology and stuff coming out. I mean, I feel like people's jobs are going to start getting taken, and obviously I'm not trying to give any advice on the show, but yeah, it's crazy.
Come on, give one piece of bad advice. Let me get something.
Actually, I was looking into towards the end of when you guys had Harrison on. He was talking about travel hacks, and I agree with the credit card thing because I got Amex Platinum card, and that one was really good. And especially if you have a job that you're you spend a lot of marketing dollars, you'll burn through that initial spend quick, and you'll get 100,000 points, so you can fly wherever. It's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I even used to have. I don't think I have it anymore. I'm looking right now. Used to have a credit card link at the bottom of the show description. But get this Amex card, deposit a couple of Hilton points in my account.
I think they call it a credit card churning. That's the term.
The churn, yeah.
You churn them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to do that every 4 months. I would just get a new iteration of whatever travel card was there, and and just kind of dip into the points. That's really that is really a nice hack, dude. That it really is. And that
Ryan, I know obviously Dynasty can't play any European events, but just some of the players, can we play European events?
Dude, have fun. Do whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Because I would try to play like 1 or 2 this year, so any teams are out there, hit me up.
He's gonna have to get it approved by the team.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that one of the events is dude, we come out to Paris and play on Team USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not over 40, are you?
No.
We need some over 40 ringers also. But yeah, no, you can most certainly play over in Europe. Blake plays over there. I believe Marcelo played last year, is going to coach this year. And yeah, it's a fun time. Have you been over there to play at all?
No, I want to do it. Yeah, I really want to play the UK event this year.
Okay.
If I can.
Okay.
Me and the wife want to kind of actually make it a trip a little bit and go
Get out there and
play.
visit Essex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's actually a CPPS now, so it's up in kind of North Birmingham and stuff like that. But I think the Paris event is 2 weeks after Chicago, something like that. It's in end of August, beginning of September. That's always a good time.
Favorite event of all time, right? Visiting France.
Visiting France is one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that.
I think France, and we've been out there a lot. But yeah, if you haven't gone out there, it's a fun time, man. And you know what's really cool about Europe in general is we're not old news out there, right? We're not everybody's really excited about it. It's a different vibe in paintball over there. A lot of times when you come here and the NXL US has been trying to mimic the feel and the environment over there for such a long time, and there's just people seem to be having, it's like more of a vacation and a fun trip. Everybody who plays paintball out there is like on vacation. Whereas when you come over to the US, it feels like a lot of people are kind of there for work.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the pros are, but at the same time, it's just a different vibe. It's really hard to describe, but it's pretty fun. It's really
Andrew
cool.
said come to Brazil. That was actually one of my most fun trips I've had in the last few years. Going out there and playing in Sao Paulo, and then going to Rio, and you've been to Rio, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very cool.
Yeah, so
that's a cool trip.
That
also
was a nice one to knock off the bucket list.
Yeah, carte blanche, man. Start running it. Get out there, travel. While you're still young before you have a kid.
For sure.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, and I'm excited for the future of Dynasty with you here. And
appreciate it. I'm pumped.
Awesome. Let's do it. Let's rip it. All right, Chris.
Have a good night, dude.
All right, y'all.
All right,
Easy.
thanks.
Later.
All right, Chris Schehr. Yeah, it's cool to see. Again, I hadn't really. I know Chris was over a couple times when he was in San Diego, but definitely a quiet, more reserved guy, and I think that's really cool. I feel like both of them, especially Chris, fit into what the system, and just I don't know. I feel like it's pretty laid back on the team.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
It's getting increasingly easier just to kind of just be there and just kind of play, because you got guys like Mikey and Archie and just handling all the business for you.
Sure,
Marcelo,
doing the heavy lifting,
cruising, man.
Yeah,
I actually say that to I said that a lot, especially at the combine this weekend. The idea, and I'm doing a BKI thing on communication coming up here too soon, and we say this a lot, and actually from one of the Revo guys, previous Revo guys, but when Derula came out, I heard him say something specific about communication, which I've always took with me, and it's important. It's difficult to kind of eloquate exactly how to communicate really well between people, but one of the biggest things is you got to learn how to ask for help.
Sure.
Right, and then try to be efficient in what you're doing. So what Derula used to say, and a lot of people have heard this, is think fast food. Right, when you pull up to the window, they go, "How can I help you?" Mm-hmm. Right, how can I help you? Essentially, to build on that is get through this line. I want to serve you the food. I want to get you out of here. So be efficient. And kind of going back to the combine, we were in a position at one point where I had two of my guys. It was Jacob Scarberry and Garrett were playing on the snake side, and I had Earl making big moves on the Dorito side, kind of relieving the pressure. And I just needed one of those two guys to get into the snake to win this point, to help win this point. And you see these a lot, and there's two players, like, when we're playing together, it's like, Kyle, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just reminding you that, like, I want you to make a move. And
Sure.
Or you're going to say, hey, Ryan, I can't go. Can you do it? Or we're just constantly trying to solve the problem. And this is one thing. And I go, guys, I know for a fact, like, I know that one of you are thinking, like, should I get in the snake or should we get in the snake? But no one ever wants to voice that question or opinion or anything like that for lack of confidence, right? I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to tell you to do something and then you do it, and then you yell at me and now I was wrong. We're both wrong.
Yeah.
But if one person just kind of sparks that conversation, the communication, it kind of gets the ball rolling. So, you know, it's like, hey, how can I help you? Right? What do you think about doing this? Is a really important thing with communication that I did notice, you know, a lot throughout the divisional side of things is kind of everybody just does it themselves. And it's funny because when Chris came out, we showed up Dynasty time. You know?
Yeah.
It's like Island time. We have a practice practice starts at kind of whenever we get there. And so we show up at 9-ish and we start playing at like a little after 10-ish. But Aftermath and NYX and who was the third team we played against? Ironman. We'd already played all morning for like an hour. They were playing for like an hour before we even got there.
Yeah.
And so we were a little rushed as far as like kind of getting together with how the field played. And one of the things that we did was we all tried to just win the games ourselves in the beginning. We lost I think we went 1-5 the first 6 points. So we kind of got our asses kicked in the beginning. And we're like, oh man. And once we kind of all realized, let's just slow down and like bring everybody else into the fold instead of me trying to like win a gunfight to make a big move, instead of just saying, hey, can you, Chris, can you put this guy in for me? Or what do you think if we did this? Or, Mikey, can you make it across and make this move? It's one of those really important things that everybody tries to win games themselves. And in closing on the combine with my team, after I gave this really epic speech to get my guys prepped for the finals, which we weren't playing. So shout out to the Corn Dogs. I hope you guys really took something away from that speech. Was like, let's try to bring each other into the fold. Let's do it. Let's let the other guy, someone else on the team, do the heavy lifting, but let's help them to get to that point. And just bring everybody into the conversation, because we're all trying to solve a very complex equation.
Yeah.
Like, and you've said this a million times, like how difficult it is to like break things down on the field, and everybody has different ideas and concepts. So we're all trying to solve this really complex equation with a million different variables, and then there's 5 other guys on the other side of the field who you hope don't have their shit together doing the exact same thing against you. And it just takes one person to ask the question or to spark the fire to get the ball rolling to figure it out sooner.
Sure.
So it was a 4-on-3 in the scenario I was talking about. We had 2 guys in an island situation. Earl was on the Dorito side, and I had my other 2 guys stacked in the God in the snake corner. And it would have just taken one of the 2 of them, Jacob or Garrett, to say, hey, Jacob, let's get in the snake. And he probably would have been like, okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or no, because this guy's on me or that's happening. And one of them would have figured it out, and we would have won that point and taken a lot of pressure off of Earl over on the Dorito side, who was basically playing a 4-on-1.
Sure.
And he evened it up almost. So actually he did. He evened it up, and it ended up being a 2-on-2 that we lost. But just asking the question and being confident. And again, we're in a tournament scenario, so maybe be careful, tread softly here. But especially in a practice scenario, like, make the mistakes confidently, because at least if you do that, you're gonna be like, well, let's tick that off the box. That was a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
But if you just kind of play timidly the whole time and hope that, like, I'm hoping that you do it, you're hoping that I do it, then it never really gets done organically, and it's just kind of like, then we got some coach yelling at us or some baloney.
I mean, there was a big thing too on that field where if you were able to shoot the first snake player off the field and your guy was in the snake, you can pretty easily keep the other team from getting into the snake, and your guy goes down and he wins the game. But with there being 4 pods limit, your back players could only hold them out for so long, which was like something, I didn't realize I needed to to translate to some of the snake guys that were playing a little bit timid. And I was like, hey, we're getting their snake player out. You have the snake to yourself. And I was just like trying all these different things to get him to play a little bit more aggressive. And where it finally stuck was like, your guys that are behind you that are keeping them in the charger is what we called it, keeping him from leaving that second bunker out on the snake side. They can only hold him for 45 seconds, maybe a minute, minute and 20 seconds with 4 pods. So if you're delaying them, then you end up getting shot out. They've shot all their paint.
Yeah.
And they have to fend for themselves in like a 4-on-4 now because you didn't take advantage of what you had. And so little things like that too is definitely big.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, you had a great snake player. Nate played really well, but he just was. That's another thing we
turned it on
about,
right when it was
complacency. You know, like don't just be satisfied with snake 2 or the 50. And you know, I had 2 offensive snake players, right? Jacob, who played a little bit more conservative, kind of go into that god and make his way into the snake, and then would just dice people up. Really good form. Yeah, played really well over there. So shout out to Jacob. And then I had Lincoln, who was a little, had a completely different playing style, but was like, I want to play up front, right? In the first couple of games, I'm like, hey, let's go to snake 1 and look inside. It seems like there's tons of shots over there. Yeah, we'll have Julian or Garrett or Jacob kind of give you the calls on what's going on. He would go in there, I see him, he's doing exactly what I told him, and then he kind of played snake 1 and just kind of hang out there. And then about maybe halfway through the second match, he's like, hey, I'll keep going there, and I'm not really seeing anything on the inside. Can I go up a little further? And then I was like, yeah. And the next thing you know, he's playing in their snake. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was really cool to see a lot of those guys break out of those out of the shells on the field. So again, the combine I think was a huge success, a real big hit, and it's awesome opportunity for us to be able to see a lot of the talent that's out there, meet a lot of you guys, and then obviously see a bunch of the players who come back to a lot of these things. Maggie played. I want to say 100. It was a completely different player from last year. Yeah. Maggie posted something on her story, and I saw it, and then Nick Laval reposted it, and I texted. I was like, Maggie, if you're watching this, I was like, Maggie, you played so well this weekend. Really good job. And then I get a message back. It goes, this is my personal account. I was like, what does that mean? I look over. I was texting Nick because Nick shared a story of hers, and I thought it was Maggie. And I typed a message to her, but it went to him, and he's like, I'll keep this between us. So that's funny. Big shout out to everybody else who we've seen before come to these things. A lot of you guys who played out there. Big shout out to Orlando Valencia. Also, everybody who was in the Champs Club. Did you have Orlando on your team? No. Or no? Was he on Marcelo? No, he was on Grayson's team. He was on Grayson's team, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I saw him playing. He really good communication out there. And really big gunner. I saw him playing really well out there. So big shout out to him. Doug, obviously, really big heart. Again, stoked to watch you. I know you were really excited about playing that snake drill. Took off on the 2 count, but still really happy to be there on that one. And then all the young guys, Brady, Joel, Nate, everybody out there who Jacob. Really excited. I'm very hopeful for the future of paintball after seeing all these kids out there.
I wasn't that good at 13. I wasn't even playing at
13. I was not playing at 13. 11. Definitely did not look like that. That's for sure.
Taking my shins out with the skateboard and my teeth out with rollerblades. Thank God for paintball. This has been really injured.
So let's get some giveaways. Oh, I want to show everybody this thing. This thing's so sweet.
Oh yeah, that is that the bobblehead? I think it's
dude, this thing is so sweet. This is going up on somewhere in the clutter of the background. Hold on, I couldn't figure out what I'm supposed to do with these goggles, but they actually go in my hand. There's a little thumb holder. Oh wow! Look at that. It's your boy hanging and ready. Booyah!
Yeah, that thing's so rad.
Yeah, this thing's awesome, huh? Super cool. And look, is this a little turf right here?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Looks like you got dress shoes on.
I do. That's how I play.
Or bowling shoes?
Bowling shoes, maybe. Yeah. But I am also made out of what looks like maybe a marble or what's that really nice tequila bottle?
Oh, Casa Azul?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do
Greenspan Azul right here.
Greenspan Azul.
I'm going to put him right there.
$50 a shot.
$50 a shot. That's right. So yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff to give away right now. We've got. Well, we still have this Heroines. I'm gonna do the Heroines package here. So big shout out to the Heroines and the documentary that's coming out this weekend, Super Bowl Sunday. Check it out on halftime. You don't want to watch Rihanna anyway. I threw away the 3D glasses. I don't know if that was like a real thing that we need to keep those. I think Damien took one pair home. And then,
I think they're like 50 cents on Amazon if you want to get crazy.
Probably for a 10-pack. Anyway, I believe this is 3D. I can't quite tell. It's either out of focus or it actually does work in 3D. But
I think it does. I mean, Damien seemed to be having a hoot.
Have a hoot.
Yeah.
But everything's in 3D when you don't have the glasses on. So I don't know.
Or it might all be in 3D anyways.
Who knows what he sees?
Yeah.
Anyway. So we've got this package to give away. I've got an extra one of a double X, so everybody's, one size fits all, of my RG18, the last of these dry fits right here. Got a little SPF built into it. Got a couple of straps. These are actually some of my favorite straps because they got the coin in them. Alex left some of them here, so I think they must be for giveaways. Obviously, Gen X, we've got some barrel condoms. I think we've got a big pod caddy that I'll throw in there as well. We've got a couple $100 courtesy of Matrix Gear Paintball. So shout out to Paul and Matrix Gear for all the support and supporting the show. We're going to be working on, we got to get the shirts done. Now Kyle's got an office.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to slum it. I mean, slum it. That wasn't the right way to say it. Doesn't have to hang out with me in the garage, in the Doghouse Studios, facing each other here at the table.
He's got Tigerware office now.
Tigerware office. So look for some really cool new stuff that Island Designs will be pumping out for us over the course of the next few weeks or so. And yeah, paintball booth. I don't know. I'm gonna actually ask when Paul and Matrix Gear are going to be getting Dynasty paint, but don't you worry about it. I'm going to be giving away 3 cases of Dynasty paint right now. That'll be shipped directly to you guys. So what we'll do is we'll do
one ball at a time.
Yeah. We're going to ship you one ball at a time for 2,000 days.
Yeah, 2,000 days.
2,000.
That would be a good joke
for the
to
next,
play on someone.
Yeah. For the next 5 years, you're going to be getting a
Hey, do you want a free case of paint? I'm going to ship it to you. Yeah, I would love it.
One ball at a time. Or just a bunch, like 1,000 envelopes.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
One
we're gonna
Christmas,
be we're gonna
Mom
we're gonna
sent me
troll
a letter every day of the month. It was a really nice gesture.
Did she just slip it under your door?
No.
Oh, you were here
when I was living here. She sent me one Christmas card every day.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
For the whole month.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, and everybody who out there does have, if you don't have Dynasty paint at your local field, hit up your local field and tell them you need some Dynasty paint because it's just a better experience. It's not only is it more fun to shoot people with Dynasty paint because it's bright yellow. I had a video. I forgot to load it up.
Shoots good.
It shoots really good, and it smells like bananas, which is kind of fun. And so whenever you shoot somebody. But if you're going to be going to do any kind of an event where you kind of like have to perform well, make sure you just dial it up with the cost. Just buy a little bit, spend a little extra money in there.
Yeah.
And make sure you get some good stuff.
It was funny actually when I went to play with Damien one of those days that I think you weren't here. And I went to Damien's like, hey, can you bring 2 cases for me? And I was like, yeah, I can, but did you ask Ryan if it's cool? Because I don't want him to see me on the camera on AC Diesel grabbing 2 cases of the Dynasty paint and then rip me a new one. And he's like, no, I already told him. So I was like, all right,
wait, well, first of all, he didn't tell me, but wait, when was this? You just quit?
No, it was when we, I think when we went to play with TJ guys or something like that.
But we had, okay, because
it was a weekend just him and I
2 weeks ago. Okay. Anyway, we had a ton of extra paint left over.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to the bottom of this, Damien, soon enough. So we're gonna do the regular wheel first. I'm gonna give away a case of paint. I'm also gonna throw in the $100 RG18 dry fit. Mega members, you guys are gonna get a $100 gift card. Gen X Pod Caddy. We're gonna get you a Hormesis strap, and the 2 of the 3 cases of paint are gonna be going to the Mega Support Status members. Super mega.
Let's get it spinning.
Also, shout out to Hormesis in this hat. This thing's kind of cool. It comes in this little bag, and you can kind of fold it up. Check out HormesisPaintball.com. I know you guys are usually on there looking to see if you're going to be getting any new drops. But yeah, these hats are live right now. I just double checked. So check these things out. I think they float in the water in case any of you guys are water
And
people.
they're not edible, not yet.
Not yet, but the edible hat is coming.
Yeah,
The edible hat is coming.
Alex did say that.
I think it's got to be. Is anybody a baker? We got to be cake people. Like what's that one game?
Like something like Harrison went to school for, like a baking engineer.
A baking engineer. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
can make like a car or jet engine out of a cake.
Or like edible car. That's now
An
you're
edible car?
really making
Yeah. Well, there's that show. Is it a cake or not, or something like that? Isn't there?
cake or a car.
Is it a cake or a car? No.
I don't think
Cake. Yeah, there is. It is.
Oh, is it a cake?
There's like it's a game show. Come on, someone help me out here.
I
There's
saw
like
some really crazy.
There's a game show where they build things that look like real things, and they're like, "Is this a toilet or is it a cake?" And you're like, "It's a toilet." And they're like, "Oh, sit on it. It's a cake."
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
Do we have any bakers? It's a cake. It actually might be. Is it a cake? It might actually.
Yeah.
It's called. Is it a cake? Clever name. Clever name. All right.
You seen that other new like Spartan Crazy Ninja show? It's like
Is that what it's called?
Something 100. I don't know. I don't really know the premise of it, but they're like full contact, like beating each other up to get this ball, and they're going through an obstacle course.
Oh, is it called UFC?
No, it looks like the UFC.
Oh, is it tag? Is it the one where they're tagging each other?
No. it's
Okay, Mike Trepanier. Did I pronounce that right? You just won yourself a case of Dynasty Paintballs delivered straight to your door.
Boom.
Ha! Look at that.
One at a time.
Um,
Cake or fake?
Trepanier. Okay, RG18. Dynasty. One size fits all. Dry fit. These things are really cool. Printed by Island
Physical
Designs.
100. That's what.
Physical 100. Oh, so there was something that had 100 in it. Long shot paintball. Haha, my man.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. What was that show where they
Oh.
the really popular show where all those people went in and they were playing the games, but they were slowly getting killed off?
Squid Games.
Squid Game. So this physical 100 has like a background, like scary person's voice talking, like Squid Games kind of vibe. We have to watch the trailer of it.
Okay. Next up, Melissa Parker, you just won a Gen X. So shout out to Gen X. Also, everybody who is a supporter of the show, check the community tab on YouTube. I shared a Spick and Span discount code for Gen X. So if you guys are trying to load up on pods for the season that is starting like now, we're literally 4 weeks away. You know that, right? 4 weeks until we basically fly out to Florida again.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Jeff Jeff. Mr. Jeff. All right. You just won a Hormesis strap. Okay, I'm gonna change up the wheel here. I'm gonna get the Mega members loaded up here really quickly, and we're gonna give some big. Oh yeah, we still have $100 to give away to both sides of the game here. Let's see, what do we got? What just popped up? Anything?
Has anybody seen this this movie?
Oh,
I just saw it called Everything Everywhere All at Once. You like?
I know.
Did you see
I
the
tried.
trailer?
I tried to watch it. I actually started to watch it at one point, and I did not finish it. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to show Chris's jersey. Well, here it is. Here's Chris Schehr, size large. This is just the back of it. It's just the digital
That's
side.
just the back.
Well, actually, no. I'm sorry. This is the front. You're right. This is the front of the jersey.
The front might look like this over here.
We're wearing
This-
them backwards this year.
Yeah.
It's the new thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a new
Last
thing.
time we did that, we got relegated. So maybe
Yeah, with the
it's
big
not a
18s
good
on the
idea.
front.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just keep this to the back. So here's Chris Schehr's jersey. They're kind of a little sneak peek into what the jerseys might look like. There is a home and away, obviously. I gotta stop saying things that are very, very, very apparent here.
Thanks, Weagle. He said that's exactly how to explain that Physical 100 show. Kind of like.
All right, let me get all these guys here for the mega support status members. We're gonna dial you guys in. Also, remember, check out everybody who supports us in the links below, and we're gonna get spinning here for the mega members. We're gonna start off with. We'll start off with one. We're gonna bounce back and forth, right? We're gonna do a case of paint. Then we're going to do a $100 gift card, courtesy of Matrix Gear Paintball. Chris, I'm going to send you this picture here as well in both home and away, so you get to see what they all look like.
Yeah, Chris, if you're still watching, don't forget to send me that under the A bunkering Dave Baines cow tip photo.
Yeah, dude, please bring it out to practice when we go to Infamous.
Yeah, we gotta see those.
Oops.
I gotta pull a Daniel. I'm sorry.
No problem. All right, this is going to be for a case of paint right here for the Super Mega Support Status members. And it looks like it's going to be going to Mr. Bram Kodo. All right, congratulations. Now we've got $100 courtesy of Matrix Gear Paintball going out to none other than I'm going with, is it Billy Bloomer? Billy Bloomer. Mr. Billy Bloom. Billy Bloomer. All right, we've got a Gen X little goodie gift bag going to someone here, and then I'm going to do another case of paint and a Hormesis strap. Isaiah Valenzuela. Alrighty. Now we're doing another case of paint. Going to be shipped directly to you. They're all 2,000 are going to be in the box, so don't worry about it. Justin Ball. All right, and lastly, but not leastly, we're going to go with this Hormesis strap that Alex left behind. Little leave behind gimme. Going to Austin. Austin. Just straight up Austin.
Boom.
Dude, he's crushing.
Yeah.
Austin.
He's got a lot of prizes.
Yeah, Austin's got a lot of prizes. All right, I'm going to jump over to the other wheel for everybody else who supports the show.
Yeah, we still don't know where Harris went. We're supposed to get the exclusive, but...
He went to the Russians.
Yeah.
He went to the Russians.
It's looking like it.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Allegedly.
Yeah, not confirmed.
Allegedly. Not confirmed at all, but they did just lose another player. He went to Florida to practice. It might be the ML Kings, we thought, but then now there's these things and the problems and the things, and then he went to the Russians. All right, back to the wheel right here, and everybody who just joined the show. I gotta put the capture thing on. We appreciate the support. And yeah, we're gonna be giving away. Let's go with how about this Heroines shirt pack, and I'm gonna throw in a Gen X Kong Barrel Kong in there. All right, last prize of the night. And everybody who just joined, or if you have joined and not sent us the your address, please go on to Instagram and go follow the SPICKNSPAN.show. And we put some little updates in there. Maybe we'll throw some stuff on the story. And Jace, yeah, shout out to Jace.
Yeah, also
$100.
Crushed
Yes, he
it
did.
at the combine.
He also qualifies for the U9 team, so I believe he'll be out there.
Yeah, Jace is going to be good.
Dude, Jace is going to be really good. I'm excited to see him grow even more. So, and then, yeah, I'm really excited. They'll be announcing the teams for USA after June. I believe the tryouts or the whatever is going to be in June.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that works out for everybody involved over there. And, Rye Guy, yeah. Shout out to Rye Guy for the support. See you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for joining. Mr. Fridays, they got pants and packs in stock right now at Matrix Gear. Mr. Friday, they've got it. They've got you, man. So for everybody who just won, Billy Bloomer and Jace, you're local, so I'm sure you've been to Matrix Gear. But make sure you guys support our supporters and our sponsors. Check out all the links down below. Gen X, like I said, is giving a little discount for those of you who need some pods and pod caddies and other stuff, barrel condoms, all those things. If you didn't win them here on the show. And then congrats to Bram Cotto, Justin Ball, and Mike Trepanier for winning some good stuff. Yeah, congrats, Jace. Couldn't have gone to a better guy. So I'm really excited for that. And if you... Bear actually didn't even hit me up. I talked to Bear yesterday, actually.
There you go.
He did not He didn't. He said he was going to come on and clear the air. And I said,
okay.
please don't call. Just let it cool down for a little bit. We'll cool it down for a little bit. Maybe we need him actually live in person here.
So what? We can try to.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even. We're gonna
discuss that. We'll plan that.
But I am gonna be announcing in the next month. I'm gonna be doing. I know a lot of people out here were asking about Southern California clinics. I did one at Hollywood Sports. It was actually a killer deal. I think it was like $60 with a case of paint. And that was a really good one. That's where I met Nathan Ariano.
Yep.
Also met Kyle Breath there and a bunch of the other guys who were at the Combine. So I'll be announcing some SoCal dates here very soon. And I believe a big announcement that has to do with SC Village. They're going to try to revamp it and get that sucker up and running again.
Nice.
In a good way. So lots of really cool stuff. I think we're going to have Tom Cole next week to talk a little bit about the NXL, what we got going on. Maybe we'll have an announcement for where that middle event is going to be.
Chairman Tom Cole.
Chairman Cole. Chairman Cole. All-powerful, almighty Chairman Cole. All right, everybody. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great night. Have an awesome week.
And I'll see any of you Texas folks at PB Fit this weekend.
Yeehaw! I hope it's cold.
They're doing it for every girl out there. It's not just for themselves. It's so much bigger than that.
I feel like the WNXL has definitely opened up a lot more opportunity for a lot of people.
There's not a lot of us. It's a male-dominated sport, for sure.
When it comes down to it, they're gonna get in that circle and they're gonna look each other in the face. And they're gonna go out there and fight for each other.
We waited all year for this, guys. This is it right here.
Let's wipe this off, all right? Get the anger out in the next 5 minutes. That's all we're giving each other. 5 minutes to be pissed and then bring it back in, okay?
That's one thing that I think a lot of people doubt also about girls in paintball is that they keep up, that they're not just doing it for novelty's sake. I want to prove that this team is the dominant team in the league.
They need to do this to prove to themselves that they earned